Good morning. I'm very glad to be here, and even nicer to see many of you coming back to this track from the start. So what I will do to kick off the session is I'll go through the two things, both of them spin-offs of the consortium. So first, I will go through the results of the multi-vendor demo day and the project itself, and then briefly I'll go through the readiness and roadmap of the IT providers and the consortium airlines. So both of the things actually available online. We just rolled out last week the website with all the demos. You can hear the interviews of the IT providers speaking and all the individual quotes from them. And the other study, so it's 40 pages, is also available and was rolled out yesterday. So to start from the first one and starting from the facts, so there has been a single goal behind this multi-vendor modularity, and this is to demonstrate in action that IT providers can work together, they can cooperate, and also that they can provide a modular solutions in a way that you as an airline could pick and choose one domain from one IT provider, possibly another one from another IT provider, and so on. So that's the modularity across 5 domains of the reference architecture, so product, offer, order, finance, and delivery. And we are all delighted to know that there has been 8 demos altogether. So 8, it's 8 more than the last year and 5 more than we expected to have. So very good interest from IT providers with 20 plus, 21 participating and 15 signing up from the original call. So just walk you through the basic process. So we had a call for action with the consortium in December. We reached out to 22 IT providers who have had some developments in different domains. Then large majority of these IT providers sign up, so 70%, and then they brought along other IT providers on the journey from also outside the airline industry. And some IT providers even participated 2 or 3 teams, so that really demonstrated that you could go for a combination of best of breed and different systems. The main condition has been that you need to have 2 IT providers doing one demo or more together. So long story short, the main action has taken place on the demo day. So on the 1st and 2nd of October, we have seen 8 live demos by different teams. And it was a little contest for IT providers. So consortium airlines have provided the scores and effectively selected the most relevant POCs that you would be able to see today throughout the day. And we were able to squeeze not just 1 or 2, but because they were so good, we managed to squeeze 3 of them on the track today. So I'm really glad to share this list. So that's the 8 teams. We have 2 bigger teams. We have 2 teams of 3, and then the rest of the teams are with the 2 IT providers. So let's just go briefly through the role of each of them. So first, we have had a IT provider who is typically an order management provider, and they also did usually offer management, either fully or part of offer management together with another IT provider, and then also product management. So we have OpenJaw, Sabre, Data Lakes, Acelia, Flyer, TravelSky, and TP Connects. And ATPCO and PROS1 was a bit different as they dive deep into the product management itself and the product catalog. Then number 2 of the domains was the offer management. So there we had PROS, Google, Ernguru, and Piano doing the modularity between the offer management and the order management. So number 3 here is the order accounting domain. So we had 3 IT providers in 4 domains. So that's Lufthansa Systems, akka, and Moreva. Then number 4 is the delivery. So delivery based on orders with REST2, Inc. into demos, and DXC technology. And finally, really important part was that we went beyond air. So we also had hotel content from Hyatt Hotels. Cellpoint Digital served as a payment provider. And then we had also a bus transportation company from China. So altogether, IT providers did really good job to demonstrate that modularity is possible. It's real today. And by looking through their demos, we also get really feeling how the offer and order transformation looks like in reality, so really see the systems in the action. Next, I'll just briefly show this one, and this is to demonstrate, not just domain-level modularity, but also subdomains. So some IT providers showed the modularity that another IT provider could do a stock keeper, another one could do ancillary, and yet another could do the flights for the offer management, the non-air content. So basically for you as an airline, you could in principle select a host of IT providers and each of them do the best of what they can. But there is one important difference, is that as an airline, you could either get IT providers to do the integration and orchestration, all of this, or you could have doing it yourself. And this was the case with one of the demos that actually was assumed that an airline would be an integrator of all that. But in most cases, it was typically an order management provider who would, would be bringing all the players together and managing that for you. So with that, I'll go forward and just highlight who have been the most relevant POCs and which of them you will see later today. So we will have, on the plenary, we'll have a team of OpenJaw, PROS, Lufthansa Systems, Res2, Aaron Guru, and Piano. So at this stage, at around 2 o'clock, then right after my presentation, we will have a team of the Sabre, Lufthansa Systems, Google, Hyatt, and Cellpoint Digital, so showcasing their solution. And a third one at the other track, I believe it's across the corridor, so it's Data Lakes, PROS, and Inc. And really, all IT providers have did a very nice job in participating, in taking, doing a lot of work from January. So with that, I would like to really congratulate all of the IT providers for taking active role. And yeah, and maybe we can give a big round of applause for them. Yeah, thank you very much. And the feedback from airlines was really great. Many saying that this is even a milestone for the industry, that this is exactly what is needed to demonstrate modularity in action. So you can go more on the website and learn about each POC and even get the interviews of different IT providers. And with that, I will go to the second topic of this presentation, which is to highlight the readiness of the roadmap of the IT providers and of the consortium airlines. So this is a little bit of recap from yesterday, so I'll be pretty quick with that. So first, you've seen the slide yesterday, but essentially what we're trying to say is that momentum in the industry is growing. So there is a doubling momentum in terms of the pilots in production, so from 10 to 20. The number of RFPs and RFIs in the industry has also been growing, so doubling since the last year. And we have 7 contracts signed by the airlines, as already mentioned today. Then in terms of investment, there's really concrete commitments that is taking place by the IT providers. So altogether, they invested at least $1 billion collectively. And this is just to say that these are the IT providers that disclosed their investment to us. There's been others who have not, so this number must be a lot bigger. And then from consortium alliance as well, some are investing significant numbers, so even hundreds of millions of dollars. So this is just showcase the commitments from both airlines and the IT providers. Now, you also seen the slide yesterday. I'll not go through that in details, but what we could do is I'll dive deeper in the box number 1, so the systems readiness from IT provider side and also from the roadmap of the consortium airlines. So what we see here is first in blue is the readiness of the first runner IT providers, so the first 25%, the fastest ones, and in yellow the readiness of the 75% of the IT providers, so we call this majority. So you see it by domain that essentially in this year IT providers will have their solution ready, so the first runner ones, and then the majority will be ready with their solution 27, 28, and that's what they say they will be ready in the full scope. Then it will take another year to have the solutions live with their first airline customer. So you see that the blue is moving for a 1 year ahead, and then in terms of the yellow, so the majority IT providers, there's essentially a 3-step. So the product catalog and offer bundling coming as the first one, then the other steps from the offer management, then order management coming as a master record for selling, then accounting, and then the last 2 domains here is the delivery and partnership based on order. And these findings, they do confirm our overall roadmap that was released last year with the overall plan to get there by 2030 for most of the IT providers and continuing with the industrialization from there on. Now, these are anonymized results, but we can look by the IT provider. So this is a similar slide we also seen yesterday, but what it shows first in the green is the target for IT providers for the 2026. And this is fairly low bar to meet, so this is the 30% readiness overall. But what we can see from their progress is that, that most IT providers have rolled up their demos already. So in fact, almost all the IT providers have a demo in one of the domains or more. And altogether, we see that here there's 77% of the boxes filled. So basically, this is showcase progress of IT providers from the last year. Now, if we move to the airline readiness, so the consortium airlines, here we first start from the readiness of the initial steps. So we see that the first runner airlines, many of them have actually started the implementation. They got full buy-in from their top management and they have started RFP. And by the end of the year, they will be running the pilots on native order, and soon after that, the interlining as well. Then in 27 and 28, that's we will see that the majority of consortium airlines would be running the pilots, and they would be committed fully for their transformation. Then in terms of going live, so here we have the steps by domain again, by product, offer, order, finance, delivery, and partnership. And what we see here was that the majority, actually the leading airlines, they would be going live in 27, 28 with the product, offer, and order, and then other domains catching up a bit later. So there were many more questions in the survey. I will just put one of the last ones here, and this is to demonstrate modularity. Again, so IT providers are committed to the modularity. According to them, they support all of them modularity in principle as the design principle and interoperability with other systems. They can do so on the business domain level, according to them, 95%. And then on the module level, there's also good support here with the 65%, meaning that you as an airline could potentially get, stock keeper or continuous pricing capabilities separately from the rest. And in terms of their current activities, so here we see that 60% of IT providers report that they are ready with their solutions to be modular today, and another 40% they are working to enable modularity, and one of this was the demo day that showcased that. So with that, I think I'm coming to the conclusion of this short introduction, and yeah, I would just encourage you to go online again to download the study. There's 40 pages of the insight to kind of go online and check the videos of the IT providers. And yeah, thank you very much for this.